So in today's video I'm sharing some 60s and 70s inspired fall outfit inspirations with you. I really wanted to make sure to show you some different looks that I love to wear during the fall. I know that depending on where you live, fall can be warmer or colder, but all of these outfits can work with more layers or less layers, kind of adjusting to your climate. I picked out some very different outfits starting from like the early 60s and then going until the later 70s, inspired by some amazing people and fashion icons of the time. So yeah, without further ado, let's start with the video. I built the first outfit around this skirt. As you can see, this is a tweed skirt, which actually is a great material for fall and winter because it's just very, very warm. This one is also kind of cool because it has shorts built in underneath. This one is from the 60s originally. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I love to wear super short mini skirts, and I usually wear some sort of gym shorts or like dance shorts underneath. So I really love that this one has built-in shorts already. I really love the dark brown and the tan beigey color this one has, and so I really wanted to stick with these colors for the look. One item you'll see me style a lot in this video are turtlenecks. I personally love to wear turtlenecks or mock necks like this one. They were really popular in the 60s and 70s and they're just so nice and warm. So I went with this beige one because it just fits the colors perfectly. For shoes, I went with my beloved dark brown suede boots. I absolutely love them. They're just fitting me perfectly and they go so well with the colors in this. Lastly, I added this really nice warm hat. These were also really on trend in the 60s and they're just so beautiful and soft. So this is a very simple look and it's kind of for the days where it isn't really that cold. However, if it gets colder, I would just recommend you to wear a woolen top underneath it and just add some really thick tights or stockings. But since I love the houndstooth pattern so much, I actually have this wonderful coat from the 60s to go with it. And I feel like even though this one is black and white and the skirt is brown and beige, it just works really well together. The 60s in general were all about matching patterns, and so I think this look is really classic for that 60s Carnaby Street look. This next look is inspired by the late 60s and especially the look Pattie Boyd wore visiting Haight-Ashbury with George Harrison in 1967. I built the look around this gorgeous silk dress. I absolutely love it. It has beautiful long sleeves that are kind of tighter at the end, so it kind of has this really beautiful balloon effect. The pattern on this one is so dreamy, and I actually shortened it to be teeny tiny short and I think it looks incredible. But even though this silk mini dress has long sleeves, it's not really keeping me that warm, which is why I added this gorgeous kind of poncho cape thing. It has the most amazing pattern. I feel like it's kind of hard to see in this shot, but with every outfit I'm gonna put up a clip of me wearing it right here so you will be able to see it way better. This is just so beautiful. It is an original piece from the late 60s, it is woolen, and it just keeps me really nice and warm. These sort of tapestry ponchos and capes became super popular during the later 60s and they stayed really popular during the 70s as well. If you look up pictures of Woodstock, you will see a lot of people wearing similar pieces like this one. I also added these really cool 70s style boots. As you can see, these are just wedges, they're super comfortable to walk and they actually have a really nice and warm lining, and I think the color just works perfectly with the dress. For accessories, I decided to go with this gorgeous necklace. I love the golden details and like all of the beautiful stones. This is such a unique piece and it just ties the look together perfectly. My next look is inspired by the groupie queens of the late 60s, the GTOs. I started with this dress, which I like to call my Alice in Wonderland dress because it reminds me so much of that classic cartoon dress. As you can see, it is a beautiful late 60s prairie sort of dress. It is really thin because it's actually a nightgown, but I just love it and I think it's so beautiful, and I really wanted to show you how you can style a piece like this for fall. I feel like the first tip is pretty obvious, and that is to add tights. I decided to go with white tights. White tights were super popular during the 60s and you can actually find a lot of these at thrift stores for really inexpensive. My next tip is to layer it with a cardigan, and I have this beautiful white crocheted cardigan, and what I like to do is not to wear it the obvious way over the dress but actually put it underneath so that the beautiful sleeves are showing under the dress. I think it looks so cute and unique, and it's really that wonderful and eclectic GTO style. So this outfit is definitely more for the warmer fall days, which is why I decided to go with these shoes. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that these are really special to me because these were one of the first pairs of 60s shoes that I've ever gotten, and I just love them. They're so comfortable and cute. Lastly, I added this really nice crocheted shawl just to add a little bit of extra warmth, and I also just love to wrap myself up in these. If you're living somewhere where fall is a little colder, this next outfit is for you. I started out with this beautiful one-of-a-kind leather skirt. My great-grandfather actually handmade this one. He was an upholsterer and he had a lot of leather in his basement and he loved sewing all of his life. So even when he was well into his 90s, he still sewed and he made this gorgeous skirt. It fits me like a dream, and leather actually keeps you really nice and warm during fall, so I really love to wear this skirt. For a shirt, I decided to go with this black classic turtleneck, and then to add some extra warmth, I added this wonderful original 60s poncho. As you can see, this one has a really cool knitted pattern. I absolutely love it. It even has little holes for your hands and it just looks so cute. Ponchos were really popular during the 60s in general, and I feel like this one just adds so much to the look. Next up, I added these tights. If you've seen any of my thrift with me's, you know that I love to get tights at the thrift store. So these originally were $4.50. From the packaging, I'd say they were probably sold in the 80s, but I got them for 50 cents, so that's a great deal. Also, most of these vintage stockings are actually a lot higher in quality than the tights that you can get nowadays. So I would really recommend you check out your local thrift stores and just have a look through their tights drawer. For some extra warmth, I decided to go with these boots. These are one of my favorite boots and they're so warm. As you can see, they have a really thick lining and they just keep my feet and legs really nice and warm. For accessories, I decided to add this beautiful magical crystal necklace and this nice sort of Marianne Faithfull style hat. This whole outfit actually really reminds me of Anita Pallenberg and Marianne Faithfull and their wonderful late 60s looks. For my next look, I decided to style some flares in a late 60s, 70s, very androgynous look. I started out with these wonderful flares. These are just high-waisted denim flares. I love the light denim wash and these just fit me like a dream. I decided to style them with this incredible blouse. I love the lace-up detail and then also the beautiful details that it has on the sleeves. These sort of pirate style blouses became really popular in the late 60s and they were really popular throughout the 70s, and blouses are just great for all sorts of androgynous looks. For some extra warmth, I decided to add this wonderful leather vest. As you can see, it has beautiful buttons. I love the brown shade. I think it goes really well with my hair. And even though this is a thin leather, it keeps you really nice and warm. I wanted to keep it really easy on the accessories. However, I kind of wanted to pick up the color of the vest, which is why I decided to add this really cool belt with this really big and unique buckle that reminds me a lot of George Harrison. And last but not least, for shoes, I went with one of my all-time favorite pieces in my entire wardrobe, which are these gorgeous cowboy boots. They're so cool. They're originally from the late 60s. I love the metal detailing and the crocheting on them, and they just go so well with the outfit. One of the things I love the most about fall is the witchy season. And that is why during fall especially, I love to take fashion inspiration from the witch queen herself, Stevie Nicks. So this next look is highly inspired by her and her incredible and unique fashion taste. I started off with this wonderful long velvet skirt. I love this skirt so much. It's actually really nice and warm. It has an underskirt, which actually is great for some extra warmth. And this one just reminds me so much of Stevie and her wonderful velvet looks. Next up, I added this blouse, which as you can see is a really sheer blouse, but I mainly chose it for the sleeves because these are just perfect for a Stevie look. Since that choice of a top doesn't really keep me warm during fall, I decided to add this gorgeous vest. This is just a velvet vest with velvet buttons all down the front. It's such a beautiful and unique piece and it keeps me really warm. Next up, I added this really cool chain belt. Stevie Nicks was big on chain belts and I just really wanted to add a pop of color to that look. Since the belt has these beautiful blue details, I decided to add a shawl that kind of picked up the color, which is this one. It's this beautiful turquoise color and it has the most gorgeous details. For shoes, I went with these wonderful lace-up boots. These are originally from the 60s and they're so comfortable to walk in. And last but not least, I wanted to add a really nice, colorful, classic 60s look. And so I started out with this beautiful, colorful mini dress. It is from the early 60s originally, and the colors on this one are just gorgeous. I personally love to wear my mini dresses and my summer dresses in general all throughout fall and winter, and here's how I do it. First of all, I started by layering a turtleneck underneath. I decided to go with the white one. I just felt like staying on the lighter side with this look was kind of a bit more fitting and better for that classic 60s look than adding black. When building a 60s outfit, you can never go wrong with adding some white go-go boots. I love these white vinyl leather go-go boots and I just feel like they tie the look together perfectly. And last but not least, for some extra warmth, I added this gorgeous green vinyl coat. This is one of my favorite coats of all time. It has the 3/4 sleeves. It's an original piece from the 60s, and the collar and the buttons on this one are just perfect. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports the channel, it supports me, and it would mean a lot. Please leave a comment down below telling me which of these outfits was your favorite, and also tell me what your favorite fall outfit looks like. If you're interested in the 60s and 70s, I upload a new video every single week, and your support means the world. So if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, it would mean a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!